Doesn't matter what your mature, or I guess, brain level at that time would be. God could use you to do great things, to eventually maybe even be king. And so here, when it says, but the Lord looks at the heart, in the Hebrew times, the heart was like a metaphor. It was as a metaphor for the purity of the soul, like what your character. When I said God looks at the character, it said when it would hear the word heart, they would think God is looking at my character. Like God is looking at who I am and not what I look like. God knows who I am, even when I'm trying to pretend that I'm not, that I'm someone else. And like, here, like, He knows who you are inside and not what people perceive you to be on the outside. He knows your intentions, He knows your hearts. And so, right there, Samuel anoints David, and David's in line to be the king. And then we get to the good stuff. David and Goliath in 1 Samuel 17. David and Goliath, how many of you have never heard that story? How many of you have never ever heard that story? You're in for a treat. This is a good story. Okay, so the Israelites, they're camped out at battle with the Philistine army. The Philistines, and the Philistines, they're camped out. They're, one. It's almost like how we divide it here. Like, you're the Israelites and you're the Philistines, pretty much. Do what? Get out of here, Ryan. Quit talking out. But and so like it's almost pretty much like that. They're encamped. You're the Israelites and these are the Philistines, and the Philistines have this big, huge giant on their side. His name is Goliath, and Goliath is in the Bible. He's actually over 9 feet tall. Some estimates say he's 9 feet 9 inches tall. That's a tall guy. That's a very tall person. He also got biceps on top of his biceps. He is built like he is the most intimidating person that a 5'4" guy would ever come in contact with. He is ferocious. It says here that his shield, the thing that he picks up and blocks your swords with, weighs 125 pounds. I can't even pick up 2 milk jugs. Gallons of milk. How am I supposed to pick up a 125-pound shield? That's fierce. Like, that guy's... Goliath is a massive, massive person. And Philistine, every day, for 40 days, this goes on. Goliath, this is what happens. Goliath comes out, and he stands in the middle, and he basically taunts the Israelites. If he says, if one of you comes out and we fight, if you kill me, then my Philistine people will be your slaves. But if I kill you, you Israelites will be our slaves. And he just begs them out, like, where are you? Where's your God? And he's just mocking them the whole time for 40 days. And the Israelites would probably be doing what I'd be doing. Hiding in my tent, like, I'd probably have a messy pants. It's just a scary thing. Shivering, trembling. You would not find me there. Okay, Jesse sends David out to go to his sons at the battlefield to take them loaves of bread and meat to eat. And he does that. And David's on his way, and he comes at just the time of day where Goliath comes out, and he says, why are you, come out, where's your God? Where's your strong men? Who wants to fight me? I'm Goliath, right? And David overhears, who is this? Who is this guy that's mocking God? Right? David gets a little fighting him. It's like, who is this? Mocking my God, right? And so he goes over to Saul. He was there, and King Saul, he says, Saul, who's this guy? What's going on? Why do you let him mock God? Like, I can fight him. I fought off, while I was a shepherd, I fought off lions and bears. I almost said tigers, oh my. Lions and bears. And I fought them off away from my sheep. Whenever a bear would come up and bite and take it off and run away with it in its mouth, I would chase it. And I'd slay the bear, or I'd slay the lion. He says, this is no match for me, because God's on my side. Right? And Saul's like, oh, okay, you're going to do it? Here. Okay, cool. Well, here. Let me give you my armor. Right? And so David gets suited up in Saul's armor. And my mind always pictures how VeggieTales portrayed it. Just this big, huge tin can that, you can't move and he falls over immediately. Just like Saul tried to make David like him to defeat the giant. And David's like, this isn't going to work. I cannot move in these. I'm not used to these. I must go the way I'm used to, who I am. And so he takes off Saul's armor, hands it back. I don't need this. And he goes down to the stream. Now shepherds, they didn't really carry swords or anything. They carried slings, and they would practice slinging rocks at targets. This is how he killed the lion and the bear. He would take the sling and have a nice smooth stone in the sling, and then he'd let it fly, and it'd strike the bear or the animal in the head, and it would kill it. That's the shepherd's weapon, pretty much. And so David goes down. After he gives away the armor, he comes down and he goes to the stream and he picks up 5 rocks, and he takes up his shield, and he goes out to the battle. Now picture this, okay? He's probably 15 years old at this time, probably shorter than me, going up against a 9-foot tall guy. Luke and Ramon, come stand here for quickly. I mean, just picture that. Okay? Just picture this. Luke, get on your knees. Okay? Like, picture, I mean, even shorter than that. Like, Luke, lay down. Like, this is the height difference. Okay? Okay, you can get up now. Get off the floor, it's gross. Thank you. Okay, now that's, David, you can sit down now, guys. Thank you. David comes up to Goliath, and he picks a fight on him like, you're no match for me and my God. You're no match for anything that... I killed the lion and the bear. You'd be done in 2 seconds. He starts edging Goliath on, and Goliath, what are you, like a little poodle? I'll kick you when you're dead. This is what you send out against me? Right? And so they start charging, they start battling. And Goliath steps forward and he's going to swing at him. And David just very calmly sizes him up, tests the wind. Okay? And he gets the smooth stone out. And he just lets it go, and it clocks Goliath right in the head, right in the middle of the forehead, it says. And Goliath collapses to the ground. And David immediately goes over, grabs Goliath's sword, and cuts off his head. Just imagine, 4 foot tall, just destroyed. The Philistine, like that's their hope and dream. Like, this is the guy they bring out when the battle's not going right. He just destroyed them. Just destroyed that giant. And it almost goes to show me that no matter who you are, what you are, who you are, is capable of destroying any giant that comes in your way. Any trial is almost like David relies on the fact that he defeated the lion, and then he defeated the bear. It's almost like a training, whatever he faced first trained him to be strong enough to face the next thing.